Can you talk more about like love becoming a problem when you?
Yeah, I said love is a threat. Well, love is a threat because if you okay, yeah, if you meet anti-love, lack of love, that fits with the program. The program is I'm not loved, but I've got a way of dealing with it. I want to continue doing that, then I'm safe. But if somebody comes in, a rogue being comes into your life and just loves you, that's a threat to that system, not to the real you, but to that system that built up from the original situation. And this is obviously relating to what we were talking about, Holly, that one that built up is more comfortable with somebody coming into your life who doesn't respect you and doesn't love you because it knows that it's the known.
Mm-hmm.
So love, real love, is a threat to that system.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to take in that love, you would have to go outside of the personality and all of its safety and everything is built up. And that's what you're being challenged with, Holly.
Yeah, like there was even a point when I was really feeling very deeply, and I was sort of like feeling this like deeper level of intimacy with Eric.
Yeah.
And then immediately I found something on him I made a problem. It's like the entity just was like, oh, and I see it now. I see what it was doing. It made a problem of the situation and made it made a story out of unworthiness. It's yeah, I can't put it.
No, you've explained it perfectly. It made a problem because that's what it's used to dealing with, and that's what it wants. It doesn't want.
This whole drama was because I was feeling so deeply in that moment, and it came in to like cut that and create a drama. And it's like I'm literally, the entity is just pushing him further and further and further away, just creating one drama after the other, finding something, reacting. Yeah. And I'm just like, and now I see clearly, now that I've seen the real core reason it's doing that, I don't see how it could keep doing it. But each time I see something new, then there's a new thing. It's just relentless. Like it's just, anyway.
Yeah, but you've seen the core, the root.
Yeah, that's it. I saw
all the rest comes from that, I would say.
Yeah.
If you've seen that, even if another form of it comes up, you could trace it back. Oh yeah, that's the unworthiness.
That's what I'm like hoping, that this seeing of this.
Yeah.
You know, it might be too late now, but at least in my life.
Mm. So the personality is used to lack of love and all the problems that come with that. So if it comes along, it will try and disprove it. It's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It tries to disprove it. I was going to say it tries to disprove it in myself as well. It kind of does.
Well, anything to take the threat of love away, whether it's in him or you, doesn't matter which.
Yeah.
He's not right for me. I'm not good enough for him. It doesn't matter which way it goes. It's all for the same end, to disprove whatever real love is there. Love is a threat. Real love is a threat to personality. That's the title of this talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Real love is a threat. It's a big threat. And that's why I'm reacting so much.
Yeah. It's a strong mirror you've got in your life right now. So it's all being dredged up, shown up.
Isn't it a threat too of a memory of being hurt?
Yeah.
And those hurt feelings coming in again, and it doesn't want that. So that's why they're pushing someone away.
That's it. Yeah.
It's scared that those hurt feelings are going to be.
Yeah. And it's like the gatekeeper to keep all that away. That's what it's part of its job is anyway.
Yeah.
It was built around. Yeah. Go on, Holly.
It's built around what?
Well, it was built around partly about doing that job. The gatekeeper, like, well, we're not going to have that feeling again. Oh, close the gates. Anything that seems similar to this, bat it away before it even gets to the gates, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it also seemed like it was doing like this thing like, I'll get to this before you. I'll get out of this before you try to get out of it. Or I'll, like
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
mean,
the
this
to
is
lead.
when you could say it gets more complicated, because the personality is so clever and so wily, and it would do things like that and strange behaviors like that, like.
But it's kind of it's similar. It's the same thing as what I did as a child, because it's like, I'll get you before you can get me, because I was always being got by my parents. So I took on that entity that was constantly beating on me, and I kind of became like, no, I'll beat on me before you can beat on me. So it's kind of got that same flavor. Like, I'll get to the.
It's a weird way of kind of trying to take their power away. It's like, oh, you can't hurt me because I've already done it to myself. But of course, ultimately, from the bigger picture, it's not power, because it's not powerful to do that to you.
No.
But this is what I mean. The convulsions, the twists and turns of personality, that's when it gets complicated. But if you take it back to the root, you can see, well, what's it trying to do? That bit you can catch and see and bring it back to. It's trying to prove that, this is why catching primal beliefs is important. It's trying to prove that you are unworthy of love. You can always bring it back to that in all these different forms as an inbuilt reaction to real intimacy, heart connection, whoever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Because then opening up your heart opens up to the pain that's in your heart from when that wasn't there, and the pain of it not being there when you needed it there.
Yeah, that's the threat.
Yeah. I mean, this is all about the heart in the end, really. See, this is what it's all about. It's like being free of the templates, and then the moment is free to be what it can be, rather than constrained with a lid on it, And again, it often comes back to feeling, doesn't it?
I can feel that constraint now, almost. I can feel it.
Yeah, we're putting it under the microscope.
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And what it might be like to not have that. I can feel that kind of danger, like in here and somewhere in here. Yeah, I can feel something.
Yeah. There's it's like, this has been a big theme recently. It's like what we're talking about with Holly. It's like, once you see it, there's the recognition of it is the massive step, because if you're not aware of it, it just continues and lives itself out, and you get that result. So you see it, so you become aware of it, and then you become aware of, oh my God, there's another way of being that would be totally different. That's the other thing that comes in. And of course, that in turn almost brings up the fear, like, but I can't live without that.
Yeah. And then, as you say, there's the people around as well who maybe you need to keep out of it.
That's right. There's people around who you need a protection.
Yeah.
But it's a different protection, I don't want to make this too complicated, but I think we talked about this somewhere before, the protection of LBP, of awareness, choices awareness. It's not coming from the energetic source of the wound. It's just coming from awareness. So you like, with children, right? You've got your grandkids. Like, when you're a kid, kids come up to some people and then just back off and don't want to be with them. And then they don't think about it. They just don't want to be around them. They can sense something. Maybe somebody's angry or something. They just don't. We know somewhere. The system knows, and that's okay. That's not coming from the wound, obviously. In the child's case, it's just a self-protective thing. Some energies we don't like to be around, and so that's different to the automatic response of personalities version of protecting you. It's like a healthy protection. It's the witchy, really. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be around that energy.
Yeah.
But it's having the wit to be able to do that. And then when you recognize this heart is open, this person is good, that you can then go into that surrender. And that's the moment where you have to consciously drop that primal setup with your dad, you know.